Just a little disclaimer before I begin. I have not used my pad in the past for reading these notes, so this is an experiment. So far, all I can say is the type is really small. Thank you. Everybody said you can make it bigger. I will. So good afternoon and welcome to the Peninsula Symphonic Winds Picnic and Pops 2015. James L. Jose's arrangement of the Star Spangled Banner, A Patriotic Salute, and Eric Morales' America the Beautiful led into Leroy Anderson's 1954 trumpet section feature, Bugler's Holiday. Should you be curious about who those crackling, unshakable trumpet players are, their names are listed in the printed program, which reminds me, printed programs are, they moved the table. Here's the table. The table is right back here, so if you didn't get a printed program, you might want to go snag one. Now's a great time while I'm talking. So I'd like to introduce the president of the band, Bill Ayler. I think he has a few things to say. Is that true, Bill? They're all yours. Bill Ayler.
Well, first, I just want to join Richard in thanking you all for coming. It's a perfect afternoon for this. How many of you were up at our last concert at the Peninsula High School last year? Okay, those you'll notice it's a little different here. You're under the trees, which is nice. It's cooler, it's nice, and we're also cooler, which is good. So I hope you're enjoying the music.
It's right behind.
As Richard said, there's a program back on the table back there, so I hope you'll feel free to get one of those. Also, you'll find back there's a little static cling a card that will remind you of when our next concerts are. You just kind of peel off that upper section and stick it on something like glass or a refrigerator or so forth. Easy to remove, so get one of those too. There's also a sign-up sheet back there if you'd like to be on our mailing list, so we'll send out notices to remind you when our concerts are, so please feel free to do that. There's a card, clipboard back there. And as you probably know, Peninsula Symphonic Winds is a nonprofit organization, and we basically what all of you people you see here are basically more or less local musicians from generally the South Bay area who want to continue to learn music and enhance their skills and play some fun music. And you can see to give you an example of what we're doing today. So if you're an ex-musician and you want to rekindle those skills, come back and join us. Let's see. And then also, if you look at Facebook, we have a Facebook page, and I'm told I have to remind you to go on there and tell them that you like us, so that would be good. And let's see. And then also, if you feel like donating, there's a little basket back there, and also donation envelopes. As a nonprofit, every little bit helps, so we really appreciate whatever you can do for us. With that, I want to thank you again and enjoy the concert.
Thank you, Bill. That's a tough job. Waving the stick up here is much easier. This next medley is substantial. We are going to dash through Disneyland in about 8 minutes. Zippity-doo-dah and the Mickey Mouse Club March welcome us to the park. Our first stop, New Orleans Square. The ride, Pirates of the Caribbean with the song Yo-Ho, A Pirate's Life for Me. So on down the path to Fantasyland. The ride, Peter Pan's Flight with the song You Can Fly. Next, we're off to Critter Country. The attraction, Country Bear Jamboree, and we'll hear the song The Great Outdoors. And drawing us to Tomorrowland, the attraction, Carousel of Progress, we hear the song The Best Time of Your Life. And finally, back to Fantasyland, our final destination, with the songs A Dream is a Wish Your Heart Makes, and, of course, It's a Small World. In case you lost count, 8 songs, 8 minutes. Jerry Brubaker's The Music of Disneyland. Themes like old times, a play on words, which sets the mood for this lively medley of 5 all-time favorites from the 1920s. This sparkling suite includes Chicago, That Toddlin' Town, Carolina in the Morning, Margie, April Showers, and Runnin' Wild. Remember, this is the 1920s, so if that doesn't, none of those ring a bell, we understand. It's a long time ago. I was much smaller in 1920. So, following a prescription so adeptly launched by Warren Barker, here is John Edmondson's 2006 arrangement, Themes Like Old Times 4. This 2011 Patriotic Medley takes us on a musical journey through American history. The melody, America, My Country 'Tis of Thee, is taken from the United Kingdom national anthem, God Save the Queen. Next, The Girl I Left Behind Me and Chester mark the American Revolution. Hail Columbia is considered by many the United States' first national anthem. It was played for the inauguration of George Washington. America's emergence as a naval power during the War of 1812 is symbolized by the stirring Columbia Gem of the Ocean. The beautiful Shenandoah marks the westward expansion of pioneers during the early 19th century. As the country was being torn apart by the Civil War, When Johnny Comes Marching Home became a song of hope for families separated by battlefields and politics. The battle cry of freedom was a rallying point for the reunification and reconstruction of post-Civil War America. Foreign conflicts dominated the first half of the 20th century. A nostalgic rendition of George M. Cohan's Over There gives way to the caisson song of the U.S. Army. Nods to the other armed forces lead into the grand finale, the beloved anthem, America the Beautiful. Chris Sharp's An American Spectacular. Marcus plays tenor saxophone in our band. Can you wave, Ted, so they can see who you are? Is the right guy waving? Okay. I was wondering if Walt might step in there. So Ted Marcus plays tenor saxophone in our band. 40 years ago, Ted was in the Sea King band here at Palos Verdes High School. The school then used On Wisconsin as its fight song, which the band played at football and basketball games, sports rallies, and other occasions that called for school spirit. Rolling Hills High School, the crosstown rival, now called Peninsula High School, also used On Wisconsin as their fight song. This could be a problem. During the annual PB Rolling Hills football game of 1974, both bands started playing it simultaneously. So Ted thought this was absurd and decided PB High needed its very own fight song. So Ted finished Sea King March early in 1975, in time for the pep band to play it at basketball games. That fall, it replaced On Wisconsin at football games. It then became, by student council resolution, the official PB High fight song. The band played it until 1991, when the school district consolidated its 3 high schools, closing this school, PB High. But PB High reopened in 2002. During that summer, Ted got a call from the school's principal. He was looking to revive the old school traditions, including the fight song. So Ted made a new arrangement of Sea King March for this generation of young musicians, computer-generated parts to replace the fading Ditto Ink purple originals. Anybody remember those Dittos? Well, after 40 years, or 30 years, they didn't smell anymore. But they did smell initially. So the kids have really nice parts to read now. Thanks, Ted. And thank you, Ted. So to conclude the first half of our concert, here is Ted Marcus's Sea King March, a tribute to the 40th anniversary of its composition and to Palos Verdes High School.